In this video, we're going to talk about how to remove those horrible feelings that someone leaves inside you. Somebody could insult you. Somebody could really upset you by dumping you or splitting up with you. Somebody may be out of sorts and say a comment that really hurts on the inside, and you carry it for months on the inside, and it sort of echoes around you, rather like a sound does in a chamber. And this very simple technique that I use with hundreds of clients a year on the phone or on Zoom or sometimes face-to-face is a very simple way of getting you to release all these feelings that are rotting on your inside. People play victim to what other people say and do. And it's a way of taking back control and releasing all these feelings in a way that's so simple that doesn't involve anybody else. First of all, I like people to sit down in a place where they're not going to be disturbed. So to do this technique, and it's a very simple technique, you get a large pad of paper like this, and you get a pen like this, or other pens or pencils. You get a box of tissues, and you turn your phone off. You make sure that you're not disturbed. If you're in a house with other people, just say to them, look, it's really important that I'm not disturbed for the next hour, hour and a half, however long it takes. I will come down when I'm ready. But please do not disturb me. If you're living by yourself or whatever, just turn your phone off, put a large note on the door saying, do not disturb on conference call or something like that. So anybody like a postman or delivery man will leave the parcels, etc. outside or in a safe place. So make sure, really make sure that you're not disturbed. And then you get your pad, you get your paper, you put it down and you write a letter to that person. So example, if mine was a person called, I don't know, Monty, for the sake of a name. If I just wrote, Dear Monty, and I haven't got a friend called Monty, if I was going to write to a guy called Monty, I go, Dear Monty, you hurt me when? And then you just write and get that horrible feeling. I call it an emotional vomit, but you get all those feelings out onto that paper. You just keep writing. Your hands may get sore. You may get almost blisters, so to speak, on your fingers. The pen may run out. Make sure you've got a second pen at hand. You will go through paper like you've never written before. And if you get really into that zone and you focus to a point where all those feelings from inside your head, inside your heart, inside your body going down on paper. And you just write until there's nothing left. If you do it within 20 minutes, that's not long enough. You haven't actually dug deep enough. And you can call them any name under the sun. You don't have to go back and correct your spelling. You don't have to do anything like that. All you do is you just go forward and you keep writing and let it come up again and again and again. And if you repeat yourself 10 times, it doesn't matter, because each time there's a different layer, rather like an onion, peeling an onion. There's a different layer coming up. So you just keep writing and writing and writing. And this continues until there's nothing left. And literally you'll sit there almost sweating. You'll be sitting there going, God, I'm exhausted. Some people feel really tired afterwards because they've released a whole mass of stuff. I've done this myself and ended up with 4 or 5 sides of paper. And it doesn't matter if no one else can read it, because I've just got it out of my system. I can read it. That's the only one that's important. And then what you do with this piece of paper, these pieces of paper, once you've done this huge deposit, so to speak, of verbal rage, verbal hurt, you've got it all out. Once you've done it all, you fold it up and you put it in an envelope and you write the person's name on it and then put it away for 2 days. And once you've sealed the envelope and you've put it away somewhere safe, you then go and have a shower or a bath, preferably a shower, and you wash literally from here, top of the head, all the way down to the tips of your toes. You wash behind your ears. If you've got earbuds or something, get right in there. Watch up your nostrils. Get your nail files and nail brushes and do your hair. And you literally almost sterilise your body. Do your teeth really well. Get some mouthwash and perhaps do your mouth 3 or 4 times. And you just sterilise your body from the top of your head the whole way down your body. Now, men typically, when they shower, they sort of wash here, and your privates, and that's about it. What I want you to do, if you're a bloke doing this, wash everywhere. Wash your back. Get a brush and do your back, do your stomach, do everywhere, just the whole of your body, like you're sanitising yourself. And you should go the whole way down your system, through your body, down to your knees. Then wash between your toes. Wash your toenails. And then wash the soles of your feet. And literally just scrub away and make sure that you've got rid and cleaned everything from you. So you're sterilised both on the inside and on the outside. And then just forget about the letter for 2 days. If it's 3 or 4 days or 5 days, that doesn't really matter. But a minimum of 2 days. And then what you do after 2+ days, you go and find yourself a quiet space, turn your phone off, tell everybody in the house you do not want to be disturbed. You get your box of tissues, you've got a pad of paper as well, and you open up the envelope. And then when you open up the envelope, what you do is you then read it, top to bottom. You go, oh, okay, yep. And you read it again, and you read all the pages, and make sure you read it properly. Don't bother about correcting spelling or punctuation. Just read it, let it flow. And then you see at the bottom, you see your name, and you go, PS. And then go again. And often the PS is longer than the original writing, because you've gone down through one layer, and then now you're at the bottom layer here, or the lower level here, beneath it. And you're getting up that with another emotional vomit onto the page. And you just keep writing and writing and writing. Your wrists may hurt, your fingers may hurt, the pen may run out of ink. You fill it up again, or you have a replacement pen, but just keep writing till it's all gone. Then sit back, take a couple of nice deep breaths, and read the whole thing again, including the PS. If there's anything else, you can go PPS, or just continue. And you keep going until you've got nothing left. And again, you'll probably be quite sweaty. You may be quite emotional. A lot of people say they feel really light and fluffy. But then put it back in an envelope, a new envelope, because you've opened the first one, and write the person's name and address. Now, if it's somebody who's passed away, just write their name and where you think they might be. It could be the 4th cloud on the left. It could be in hell. It could be in heaven. It could be anywhere. It doesn't actually matter if you have a problem and you thought the person was somewhere south of the equator. You write, in my case, Monty, living south of the equator. It doesn't really matter. You don't actually need the full postal address. Don't worry, you'll come to that bit in a minute. And just have that envelope there, sealed. Then you go outside and you light the envelope, you burn the envelope. Obviously, if you're in a place where there's been dry and you've got dry grass, that sort of stuff around, be very careful. You don't want to be starting a fire. But what most people like, they get an oven dish and they put the oven dish on the ground, they light the envelope and they watch it burn. And if it goes off, just goes out, just light it again. And make sure the whole thing is completely burnt and all you've got is just black remains and nothing else. So by doing that, you're letting the universe, if you believe in such a thing, take off and take all those emotions and all those feelings, and they take it and put it where it's needed. You're giving back to the world, or releasing to the world, stuff that's no longer useful to you. I call it a recycling centre. So you take what you don't want, it goes up into the ethers of the world, into the emotional ethers up in the sky, wherever they are, and they get recycled. All the goodness gets taken out, and all the bad stuff just disappears. But you've got it out of your system. Then once again, go and find somewhere to have a shower or a bath, shower preferably, and wash from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Wash properly, even better than you did first time. And by doing that, you're washing it all away. And you'll find over the next couple of days, beyond that, a really light, fluffy feeling in your life. I have people saying that they're walking lighter. I have people saying they're much more relaxed. I have people saying it's so nice to have Joe Bloggs or whoever it happens to be out of my life completely. I haven't thought about that person. I'm able to love myself again. I'm able to love others again. I'm able to allow others into my life. And it's really freeing. Now, please burn the letter. I had one lady who saw me a number of years ago, and she lived in this long, long road. And she had not spoken to her mother for 13 years. Mother was one end, she was the other. And she had got 4 children. And the children didn't even know their grandmother existed. The daughter did the letter. And rather than burning it, she went and put it through her mother's letterbox. About 15-20 minutes later, her doorbell rang. And there was Mother, the first time communicating for 13 years. "What the hell are you doing writing to me like that, you beep, 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 beep?" And you can imagine the words that must have come out of Mother, who was reacting to the letter. And the daughter said, "Look, I'm not going to discuss this on the street. Come in." So Mother then, for the first time in her life, entered the daughter's house. And they sat down over a cup of tea, and they had this argument. And the argument went from real rage down, 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 down. Because the daughter wasn't attacking Mum, because she'd done that already on the paper, the daughter's voice was much less. There was no judgment there, and the mother just came down and they started talking properly. It ended up that night of Mother staying for a meal, and she met for the first time her grandchildren. And that's a really nice way. And I'm not saying to you, you should do that. That's just one person who did it this way. And they did it wrong, but look at the results they got. They got out of it. So a very simple technique. Just write emotional bleh on the page, then put it away, bring it back, read it, PS, and make sure that you've got it all out and don't hold back. Please, when you do this, be 100% honest with yourself. If some of it was your fault, put down, "I take blame for some of this. It's not all your fault. However, you made me think. Blah. You made me feel. Blah. You had this effect on me, which means I can't. Blah." Whatever it is, just go and get the whole lot out. Then burn it. Then wash really thoroughly. And then forget about it, and you will find huge changes happen in your life. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell next door to it. And that will ping you a message that there's a new video up on this channel. And by watching these videos, you'll be able to learn a lot about what I do. You'll learn a lot about hypnosis, NLP, affirmations, and you'll learn techniques that are going to help you get through some of the blocks that you can have in your life. And as we go through, you'll learn more about some of the courses and the ways that I can help you.